we have studied, like with UK and all these things, we have done one study in India, like we are following a policy in health policy where homeopathic doctors are sitting along with allopathic doctors in one primary health center. In Delhi, we are having about 100 such centers where homeopathic doctors and allopathic doctors both are sitting. So one day we thought, let us see what they are doing. Are they are antagonizing each other, or are we giving double medication to every patient for the same problem, or are they complementing to each other? So and actually how much we are investing in terms of money also on homeopathy and allopathy. So our observations were that first of all, homeopathy services can be given at 1/5 of the cost of allopathic medicine. This was the one outcome of that. And the other outcome was that if that homeopathic doctors are in a way complementing the efforts of allopathic doctors in several areas. One very commonly area is respiratory infections. You know, weather in Delhi is changing every 2 to 3 months. Everyone is likely to develop some type of upper respiratory allergies, and sometime viral infection, sometime bacterial infection. So what we saw in these primary health care centers, that patients are very intelligent and so are doctors. They are complementing that. Whenever a patient starts developing this problem, they first go to homeopath, take treatment. Majority of them gets all right. If they don't get all right, if they have to take necessarily antibiotics, they take. Otherwise, they don't take. So we have been able to reduce the usage of antibiotics in these centers, especially in cases of upper respiratory tract infections. Similarly, in other areas like in dermatology, our primary health centers are not having any facilities for cauterization, for laser treatment. These things are not available at primary health centers in India. So patients of warts, patients of piles, patients of all these initial problems are tackled by homeopaths. They necessarily not go for maybe a minor surgery in secondary level hospitals for these minor level surgeries. Another aspect we saw, even in dermatology, there is certain chronic diseases like vitiligo, like psoriasis, like lichen planus. Patient not necessarily require allopathic internal medication to get rid of these diseases. Homeopathic doctors, through their constitutional treatment, are providing sufficient relief to these patients, and patients are not taking those medicines at all. In cases of even renal stone, we have seen people first take homeopathy for 2 to 3 months. If their stones are not coming out and they are not better, then they go for surgery. So this is a usual practice with the patient. So many areas we have seen homeopathy is providing a very good relief to the patient, especially in cases of even psychiatric patients, in cases where reactive depressions are there, early cases of anxiety era. I'm not saying MDP and schizophrenia. These psychosis and major psychiatric illness might require regular allopathic medicines. But for early cases and for minor ailments, homeopathy is good enough along with little bit of counseling by the doctors. So homeopathic doctors are emerging as a family physicians, where people need to rely less on chemical based medicine. Like if a patient is having dyspepsia initially, if he gets all right just by making little change in diet and taking something homeopathy, it's like that. It's good enough. He need not to start taking omeprazole and all those types, even ranitidine, and then once he will start taking that, he'll not be able to leave those drugs ever. Another very potential area where we have even completed our randomized control trial, not double blind, and has been published in April issue of homeopathy, was subclinical hypothyroidism. That before people develop thyroidism, there is a stage of subclinical stage of all these sicknesses. So here we have done randomized study trial in school children, where we could see that in homeopathy, with the use of homeopathic constitutional medicine, we could prevent the development of full-blown thyroiditis, thyroid disease in children, considerable number of children. Another area now we are focusing is to use homeopathy as well as lifestyle modification in cases of pre-diabetes, in cases of early cases of hypertension, in early cases of dyslipidemia. We are going to adopt two districts in India. One is Krishna district in Andhra Pradesh and another is Darjeeling in West Bengal, where we are going to work in a team of yoga expert, exercise expert, as well as allopathic doctors, as well as homeopathic doctors. This team is going to work in this district for about 2 years to see what impact we can do on non-communicable diseases. We are going to take up all these diseases in one go. The cases where we necessarily need to give allopathic medicine for hypertension and for diabetes and even for dyslipidemia, only those cases will be given those medicine. Rest of the patients will be managed through lifestyle modification and homeopathic medication. So this is another project we are working on. Another project where we are now looking at it, how homeopathy can help in children. There is one program, Rashtriya Bal Swasthya Karyakram, where we are looking, specifically Government of India has launched this program to look into the health of a child. So even in this program, we are trying to see what homeopathy can do in cases of early cases of behavioral disorders, early cases of diarrhea, along with ORS and other supplements, whatever are given, whether homeopathy can have added advantage of that. So this team of homeopathic doctors available with us as a qualified homeopathic doctors, we are likely to use in all these programs.